Hey everybody. Quickly, let's just cover what we're looking at. So the Utes are still going up, two up to start the week. The staples are going up, so it's more of a defensive posturing still this week, which just means lower volatility because these things they grind normally. Doesn't mean they can't get a lot greener. So we're gonna keep those on the radar. And in the Utes, you got SO, you're gonna have Duck, you're gonna have NEE as the three major ones we're normally watching. Uh, CEG is another one that's got some more volatility normally, but not quite as strong as the rest this week. It is taking the month and up though. Uh, Outside of that, in the staples, you'll have Colgate, which is on the they bought Monday, came back Tuesday list, 3-2 hammer week or hammer month. And you'll also have Procter and Gamble, 3-2 hammer month. So in the staples, and then Costco, 2-2-2 on the month, which bright green to start the week. This is where we have the most continuity as far as we know. Um, Outside of that, now, when it comes to these days, this is why it's so important to be a 30-60 guy. If you're not watching the 30-60 and you're trying to grind in there on the 5 and 15s, you're going to get killed. Chop, 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 chop. Like, look at this. From 10 to 11:30 flip, they're in a range of less than $1. Like, you're going to get killed in there. And you can measure that out. You can say, okay, if this 2-2-30 works, how far do we go? It's like 29 cents. No way, dude. I'm not going to trade that. And it's just not worth it, right? Now, does that mean there's no trades in here? No. There's obviously there's the 15 here spine cues, inside spy, 2T reversal cues in here to take out the morning guys, and you can see pivot machine gun takes them all out. I think that was it, right? So we got this for 15 minutes and then chop, chop, chop. So can we hold that? Yeah. If it's a winning position, sure. But when we see the 3-2 expansion, this is a problem because they chop, 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 3-2. This is how the range gets bigger. And then they take out low a day. Whenever you have a broadening formation that expands, you're going to target pivots. That's how it works. So when we see this now, the range, it just got bigger. It was this small in the morning or in the afternoon. And now you have the lower low, the higher high. So it is getting a little bigger in there. It's just which side of this are we taking out tomorrow is our question. And if you go to SPY, it's the same thing. 3-2 off the highs, then they take out all the morning guys, and that was it. And then you might be like, Alex, okay, when I come in the afternoon and I see this inside 15, like, how do I know that's probably not going to take it outside day? It's like, well, first of all, how much time do you got, right? So it's 13:15 at that point. So for the rest of the day, you have 7 bars on the 15. So you're going to have just about 105, which is an hour and a half. So if you have an hour and a half to get all these things going it's going to be kind of difficult, right? Now, if let's say we got the 3-2-15 on like the third 15 of the day, yeah, all day we'll try and do that. The other thing that gives you the hint of like, hey, when are we going to have these days where we're looking at the 60 and it just kind of grinds up all day, where you get the 2-2-2 and then the inside add and then the continuation in the next day? It's like, how do we know that's going to happen? Scans. How many twos do you actually have? Because I can tell you on Monday, everything was a 2 up for the most part. There's a few sectors that weren't, but most things were 2s up. Tuesday here, a lot of 2s up, yeah. As far as 2s going 3, we had 99 of 500 stocks on the SPY, 2 up in red or 2 down on the day. So your 2s and 2s going 3 down, a fifth of the market. Or actually, 2, yeah, it'd be a fifth. Qs, once this was making the lows, we were scanning, we're like, okay, how many guys are trying to do this? It's like, well, we have 22 stocks in the Qs doing that, 2 up in red or 2 down day, and that's 22 of 100. So like, do you have the market doing that? No, you don't. So there just wasn't much evidence to get that continuation. And then in the afternoon, what we're looking for was like, can we even recover back through this 3? And what we said was above this. It's like, it went red, and we're like, yeah, that's a 3-2 down if you want to try it, but get your stop in there tight because we don't know. And then 516.83, and you get this little spike, 517.84. So you get some action in the afternoon. It's just, look at how long this takes. So you get long once this recovers after the flip. Your stop goes down here, and then they grind it up. Notice they stop out all the tight stop guys on the 5-minute right here, and then they're done. It's like, it's just really small ranges. So as far as what we want to be doing, we want to be trading gappers, and we want to stick to the utilities and the staples where there's actually some evidence still. And if we go to something like SMH, like, okay, Alex, how do I not get killed in SMH today? Well, in the morning, 3215 here, pivot machine gun. Below that, 221.79. And we were marking these out in the morning. We're like, yep, right there. And we're going to take out these pivots. Maybe it goes 3 on the day, maybe it doesn't, but that's what you had. So for 15 minutes, it's expansion. And then it goes inside 3015 right here, right on the flip. And we're like, okay, that's done. As far as we know, if it's not a 2 down, that's done. So the SMH is firmed up. What that told us we could do is go after things like TXN, which you can see was a 15 rev strat up in here. And it makes high a day, but look at this grind. And once we made high day, we were like, okay, now we don't really know because we don't got many chips doing this. And then QCOM, this is something we missed out on. There was a 15er continuation in there to take daily magnitude, then that was it. But afterwards, they got this 3 on the 15. So you had the 315er, these 3 bars outside of these guys, and then the 225 to give it the outside, and they rallied it for a bit. And you can see right here, 1530 continuity changes. They tried again, and then they're just done. So you can see on the intraday basis, notice they come in and they buy here, they stop them out, they buy again, and then the day is slightly green. The intraday continuity was sellers. And if you have 30-60 guy, here's your 60. 2 up, 2 up. Is there a 60 signal? There's not. Inside, down, 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 down gives you outside day. So they pick one side, fail, and then take the other side. And if you're a 30 guy, 2-2-30, 2-2-2-2, 2, 2 up, 3, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, 1. So you can see that pretty easily there. And so they bought up, came back below, and then sold down. So as far as the semis are concerned, in the longs and the semiconductors, 3-1-2-30, we mentioned this here. We're like, all right, perfect. We got a good chunk of those doing that. We'll look for high day, and then we don't know because this is our try. Slight lower lows, slight higher highs. So they poke into high day, and then 2-2-30 against, get out. So be it. If something's not going to go, this is what it looks like. You get it here, it works, and then 2-2 against, get out. And then they come back over here. So going into tomorrow, we just want to know all these are still inside months. So when you're inside, these tries can start. And like I've been saying to start the month, they're inside and bright green, yes, but they're still inside, right? So that has to change or else stuff like this can happen where SMH, they poked up, they came back in. If that's a 2-2 tomorrow, they'll try and negate the month and take it back down here again. So we want to know about that. And as far as going into tomorrow, things that are doing that, it's first of all, you have the semis in here. So if you go to any semiconductor list, like ASML even, it's like you may have the 2-2s tomorrow. AMAT, you get the slight poke down, the slight poke up. You could have 2-2s tomorrow, and still an inside month there. LRCX, really weak. No 2-up week, no 2-up month either. So could have the 2-2s down there. So we'll see if that's going to be the case. If they're going from here, 914, down here, 860, there'll be a way in. So I'm not too worried about getting that initial daily break. If they're going to do it, we'll have some new signals, simultaneous breaks to do that. But as far as daily setups go, I see some in the financials. So Zion would have the 2-2 day pivot machine gun. It's still green month and 2 up, so it's a little stronger than the rest, but it would fail back below last month's highs. OZK. This has a 3 last month and a 3 last week. So if this 2-2 day works here, it could give you the 3-3 week. So you have some bigger range to try and get after there. Charter here. 2-2 charter here from the top of the tri. Magnitude would be down there. And if we go down here, we'd look for the 1-3 week. 252.93, currently 267.91. So 2-2 charter, we'd try and take those guys out, and then it's kind of a ghost town. It's a lot of people that you don't normally trade on the PMG list, but going into, we'll open the healthcares. We did see some XLV strength as well as the utility staples, just not quite as strong because they're not taking last month's highs. They're still an inside month. So there's a few things in there like Humana, 322 on the week to the upside. REGN is up in here with Momo Hammer Day to get the month rev strat going. If we go to MRK, Merrick, They had the 2-2 day on a Tuesday from last night's vid, and we actually missed out on this, being completely honest here. There's a nice 3-2-60 in here. There's also this on the 30. There's your 3-1-2. So if you're paying attention to last night's vid and had that up, then you got your pivot targets and your PMG. So you got some really good action in there. Why did I miss it? I just didn't have it on my charts. It's something I missed. So be it. But really outside of that, it's like we're just going to slow it down. And what we ideally want to do is trade the gappers. So we can pick out things that are moving day to day on the daily reversals and whatnot, but the gappers are where we're going to have a higher odds of, getting some action with news and gaps. So as far as that's concerned, doesn't look like we really have too much going on the gap list. Yeah, follow Elaine on Twitter. She'll have the gap list in the morning, but when things slow down, we slow down. So no need to rush into anything. We'll see what's going on tomorrow. And that'll be about it for me. So I'll see you guys then, and adios.